And we're live. Welcome everybody, so glad you could join us. I apologize for being about 5 minutes late, but had some things to work out. Alright, so we're here. And I'm gonna ping the Discord really quick.
Forgetting.
Oh, whoa, it actually plays ads on my stream. That's cool when you first join.
Ha 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 ha.
Come say hello. Why can't I do that? Had some things to work out. Oh no, no, mute it, mute it. Yes, say hello to your demise.
Our precision,
alright.
religion.
Yeah. Alright.
Our.
So let's get the game started. So we're starting at the game. We are continuing with our... Why am I getting a stutter? What's going on?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
hold... I'm getting the same thing. Hold on.
Paradox Crash Reporter. Oh, whoa. Did my game really just crash? Hello, Long.
I don't know. It kind of looks like my game might crash. Oh, Long is here? Oh, yeah. Hi, welcome. Wow, now there's an ad. Yes, yes. I noticed that. That's crazy.
I think it crashed for me.
It may have crashed for me also.
Oh, this is what we get for playing Imperator.
That's cool. Yes, it is cool.
Yep, it crashed.
Yeah, I think my game also just crashed.
Paradox Crash.
Yeah, Paradox Crash Reporter, just tried unpausing the game and it crashed. Send.
We send it at the same time Steam has crashed.
Social Democracy says, you making money finally. Some. Not a lot.
Oh my god, did the Crash Reporter just crash? Come on now.
Come on, Paradox.
Come on, dude. It's all good.
It's all good? Alright, so it just took a long time?
Imperator. You're making money
All right.
finally on YouTube.
Yes, I am. It's not as much as you might expect.
That sounds like part of a clickbait title. It's not as much as you might expect.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about wrong.
Upload successful. Good.
Okay.
Money
It's like, man, I finally got ads to my videos. Yay, I have a reason to skip your videos.
from the capitalist. Yeah, that's right. I'm getting money from capitalists. But if you donate directly and you're a socialist, then I can get money from socialists too.
Come slowly to the festivities of your friends, but swiftly to their misfortunes. So when you eventually miss their child's first birthday, and they wonder where the fuck you've been, you can say, I come swiftly to your misfortunes. And they're like, oh, okay, so you come to make fun of, when I get fucked up. Then you can consider what you just told them and realize you're the asshole.
Best of both worlds. Yeah, that's true. I can make money from the capitalists. I can make money from the socialists.
Well, unless they have ad block. In which case you ain't making money off that.
Well, no, because if they donate directly, then I will.
Oh, well, there you go.
Speaking of donate directly, if you'd like to support me on Patreon, then please feel free to click the link down in the description below. And you can also donate directly to the stream, or you can do a super chat.
All right, whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
All right.
Alexander II, the somewhat mediocre. That's the name of someone's game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the joke I make about my name. Like, I'm Alexander, but not the great. I'm Alexander the just okay. Now, just to confirm, your checksum should be 4A73.
4A73.
Okay. Now, they said that non-Iron Man saves should be totally fine on this hotfix. It's only Iron Man saves that got broken.
Oh, poor Iron Man. Whee.
Alright, I've already loaded it. It should be pretty easy. The music.
Make Alexander great again. But great is such a boring title. Why not Alexander the Tremendous? Alexander the Stupendous? Alexander the Terrific? Alexander the Ostentatious? Just something. Not great. It's like, oh man, what a creative title. You
Well-
must be a notable assortment.
Augustus is a pretty cool title. It means the revered.
There you go.
So,
Even that, Alexander the Revered. That just sounds.
yeah, that does.
Great. Great.
Great literally just means big.
I'm Alexander the Big. Oh man, you're so interesting.
I'm Alexander the Big and Huge! The Chad Alexander versus the Virgin Ottoman. Big and huge, yes. Yeah, that's right. Big and huge.
Big and cool.
Please donate money so I don't have to be Kim Jong-un. Oh no!
Good thing you stop when you do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that whole thing.
Please donate to my Patreon.
Please donate to my Patreon.
So that I don't have to suck shit out of the pipes to survive.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know you were
That bee of my
that-
father.
the bitch of my father.
So who is the candidate for next year election in USA? Well, I know Donald Trump is going to run again. I think that I think Joe Biden is going to get the nomination for the Democrats. What do you think, Matthew? Do you have a prediction on who you think? Not what you think of the candidates or anything. Just who do you predict will get the nomination?
Boy! I was gonna say, Tanks India says hello.
And hello.
Secondly, it's probably gonna be Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. Kaiserreich says Trump versus Bernie. I honestly, Biden is ahead in a lot of the early polls, and honestly, I think like they actually did some research on the makeup of the Democratic Party, and it said that like most Democratic, or the majority of Democrats would actually consider themselves either moderate or conservative, rather than liberal. I don't know how big of a majority it is, but it is the majority. So, and then also, it also said that the majority of Democratic voters are older than 50 years old. And
Billboard. It says CPI building socialism together.
okay, CPI building socialism together.
Also, Kaiserreich, Joe Biden got exposed for some bad stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just generally a not agreeable person, and he's president, so that doesn't really matter.
Well, no, I think he's saying that on the basis that I think he's making that the basis of his claim that he's not going to win the nomination. But I think that, see, the left has a tendency to have a double standard. All right, the left likes double standards. So, so I think what's going to end up happening is they're probably going to overlook Joe Biden's bad stuff just because they want him to beat Trump, and they know that it's the left's greatest chance of beating Trump. Honestly, I don't like Joe Biden and I don't like Trump, but honestly, Joe Biden is the left's best chance for beating Trump. If they nominate Bernie, it's just going to be a bunch of college kids voting for Bernie, and most of the other people are not going to vote for him. Sony Mix says, Imam gay. I don't know my political ideology, but I'm not an idiot libertarian. Oh my gosh.
I mean, every quiz I've taken says I'm a centrist, so.
Yeah, Matthew tends to be a centrist. Well, how do we get so many viewers and we're not even playing yet? We're not even in the game.
Well, you know what they say, Alex. Centrists don't know how to figure out anything and they're dumb. You know, because being towards the middle means that you obviously can't decide on anything and that you just are useless. Yeah. Despite the fact that I am pro-gun and
Well,
pro-choice and very left/right-leaning politics in certain areas.
Yeah. Hey, Stony, I'm a bourgeoisie now.
Oh shit, boy! He's a bougio.
Bourgeoisie.
Hey, it's your boy, Bougie Penis.
Oh, gosh. I want there to be corporations under government control and the government makes sure it works for the benefit of the people instead of working against it. When has the government done anything for the benefit of the people rather than the benefit of itself?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Besides, the corporations are already going to gain government control. Have you never seen your dystopian fiction? That's literally
So
cyberpunk.
why is Kaiser Ahmad? Because when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to appoint a new moderator because now I've got more people and I need more people to moderate potentially. So, no Kaiserreich is wrong. And I was considering two possible candidates for mod, and the two possible candidates were Kaiserreich and you, Stony Mick. And the only reason that I didn't choose you, I really was going to choose you. Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh gosh. And the only reason that I didn't choose Stony is that he's a little too spicy to be a mod. I think probably like trying to say the N-word on stream and stuff like that probably is a little too much. Okay. Probably trying to say the N-word and stuff on stream is probably a little too much. So because of that, I went with Kaiserreich. That doesn't mean that you're not mod. Boy, I will end you. I mean, I consider Stony Mick to be a very important part of this channel. Just not necessarily a mod. And also, thank you. He says, congrats on making money. Thank you. It hasn't been a lot, but it's a tiny amount to something. And Super Chat is kind of cool. Stony is the Untermensch. Menche. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. And I really hope this game doesn't crash again.
I think that.
Hi. Ohio's a little bit edgy for a moderator. He's a little bit edgy. Honestly, Luke is more edgy than that.
I don't know if you've answered his thing that he said corporations are also looking out for themselves. Yeah, so why would bonding corporations and government be a good thing?
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing. Yes, corporations are looking out for themselves. Yes, government is looking out for itself. But in order to secure its own future, government must use force. And government has a monopoly on force. Government is the only entity that we all agree can initiate force. So it's going to initiate force to protect itself. Corporations cannot initiate force. They cannot. If a corporation wants to secure its future, it's got to get people to buy its product or services. How does it do that? By making them good enough that people want to voluntarily pay for them. That is much, much better than initiating force. And thank you for the super chat. Holy crap, because each to themselves and therefore the government and the free market must be in a state of chaos. Yeah, it's only 901, but it's something. Alright. Oh yeah, and I probably just got that notification on the super chat right there. Where was that? Yeah, donated 901 through super chat. It's not much of it. Yeah, it's like 90 cents. How many pops do you currently have right now, by the way?
I'll give you a number in a second. I'm ordering it.
Okay. No, Alex. Yeah, it's $900. Hannah's right. She just donated $900 to me.
And it's right, and if any of you do, I'll destroy you.
Corporations want consumers and are willing to destroy society to create a society of mindless consumers like Japan or USA. Okay, but here's the thing. Consumerism is not a good thing. But the reason that consumerism is created is that government is taxing the alternative to consumerism, which is investment. Okay, investment is what drives society forward, what drives technology forward. Investment is what powers the future. And also, you're 100% loaded.
Okay, hold on.
But the federal government has all these kinds of taxes on investment. They've got capital gains tax, they've got all these corporation taxes and everything like that. But the federal government does not have a sales tax. Sales tax is the only tax that really you can justify really well because it's taxing consumerism, which encourages the alternative, which is investment. Like we make sure the factories stay in America, follow American law. Okay, so if they're in America, make sure they follow American law. Sure. Corporations destroy culture and destroy society. The only way to keep culture alive is through government. I totally disagree, but
No, the way you keep culture alive is through the people.
yeah, because like
Culture relies on citizens, not on the government.
yeah, like
Citizens create culture and preserve it by their own will.
yeah, like you don't need force in order to preserve culture. If you need force to preserve culture, then perhaps your culture is trash.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the government that keeps the internet alive, it's the people that keep the internet alive. You know, interest.
Yeah,
Right,
that
either-
yeah.
For either, money or technology gain or whatever.
Yeah, the U.S. and Japan has not preserved culture; it has transformed it. Okay, but preserving culture and transforming, like how they transformed culture, and if you think about it, like okay, what is American culture? What is it? Define it.
That's a good point. Yeah, pretty much. Well, America's cultural values kind of change all the time.
Yeah, they change over time, and I think you probably have to initiate another trade round again.
Oh, yeah, probably. And I got a fracking...
American culture was stolen by the rest of the world. There you go. Not everybody, but it was adopted by a bunch of people. U.S. has a distorted old conservative values and moved to a...
Okay, consumerism I kind of agree with, but sex-based?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of generalized.
The American culture is the Yankees. That's a derogatory term when used by foreigners, but I'll allow it. Hannah's got to say it. Alright, I could import grain. I'm trying to decide what I should actually import. Am I already importing stone? No, I'm not.
Sexual references, especially music. Yeah, but that's so generalized, dude.
I mean, like all cultures have that. America is not the only the only country to do that.
Japan is the one that I could say has a lot of sexual deviance, too.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not just America. Japan has a amount of sexual deviance.
Let's see if this works. I'm gonna start off on speed 1. Let's see if it doesn't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash.
It seems to be doing okay.
It's crashing.
Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it crashed. Whenever they did update it broke something.
I don't know. I wonder if it's a thing involving my I wonder if it's a thing involving the fact that I upgraded to the deluxe edition, and that shouldn't change anything, but
and has high suicide.
But I'll disable it.
Connections. Well, part of that is the work culture in Japan is very different from a lot of the world. They expect a very high maintenance, very it's like very high maintenance, very high very high maintenance. That's all I can put it as. You gotta work long. There's a lot of people who gotta work long hours.
Oh, dude, if you want, we could actually go. We could actually scale back and run on 1.0 if you want.
I mean,
Would you rather do that and just ensure that it works 100%?
I suppose we could.
Okay, I mean, I tried disabling my DLC, which is the Hellenistic flavor pack, but would you rather try with 1.0.1 or would you rather try with the beta or with the 1.0? Michelle needs to try. Okay, sure, West Japanese person. Oh no.
Oof.
Capitalism is destructive against unless there is a balance between government and market. I want government to have a bit more power. There's not a balance between government and the government has way more power than the market does. Capitalism is the best way to get lots of money. Yeah, that's true. Unless you're a socialist politician, in which case, oh, dude, guys are right. Don't do this. The market is destructive. You think government's not destructive?
In what way is it destructive? You can't just say things. You have to explain.
Well, he's probably going to say, like, the oil companies are, like, extracting all the oil and they're polluting the air and stuff like that.
Okay, Hanks, here's the thing, though. The basic system of a market is you have a resource. Someone else has other resources. You want to trade in those resources so you have something you don't have while maintaining a flat, like, either a surplus of what they're giving you or, you know, a flat, like, increase while not giving up too many of your own resources. That is the basic layout of what a market was back in the olden days.
And still is.
A market is going to be corrupted by the powers that be that use it or not. That's inevitable.
Are you on 1.0.1 or 1.0?
I'm on 1.0.
Okay, so I'm gonna try because because I tried disabling my DLC. I want to see if that works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The market creates mindless consumerism. Your arguments don't make sense. It doesn't. The thing that creates mindless consumerism is when the government taxes endlessly when people make investments, right? We're always talking about taxing Wall Street, taxing the big investors. But when you do that, you encourage consumerism. The other thing is the estate tax, the death tax. When you die, a portion of your estate, a portion of your money is taxed. That also encourages consumerism because people don't want to invest in the future for their kids. They just want to, like, spend lavishly on stuff that they don't need. And that's consumerism. There needs to be no taxes if the economy is more self-sufficient. Okay, that doesn't make sense. And also, you want government to have more power, but you want there to be no taxes. Taxes are the only way that government gets money.
Yeah, essentially.
Good old government taking money from dead people.
Also, market is encouraging buy, not government. Yeah, but that's not the market's fault. That's the people who head the market. The market can change. The market is flexible.
Well, yeah, it's guided by the invisible hand, and like I said, it's the alternatives. You have either buy, or you have investment. And I'm talking about investment like the stock market, like private investment, things like that. When corporations invest in other corporations, you've got all that stuff, but that's taxed endlessly. When you tax something, you discourage it. Government taxes cigarettes to discourage smoking. Government taxes alcohol to discourage alcohol. And also
Hank says the government extract resources and need less taxation. Yeah, but unless they find a way to pay back those people they are taking the resources from, guess what? That's typically what we refer to as, like, what would that be? Communism? A facet of communism, just taking from the citizen, you know?
Yeah, that's it. That's just communism.
If you just take from people without giving them reparations,
or just slavery.
Now, those reparations don't have to be money if your society's set up like that. There could be resources of some kind, or rewards. You know, things given instead of money.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, North Korea has a system like that. North Korea brags that they have no taxes. But yeah, the thing about that is that they also, I think my game just crashed.
Also, corporations in the U.S. want consumers, and they are willing to alter entire society's culture and genetic makeup. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Culture and genetic makeup? What?
Like, the market, look, I will admit, the market can influence culture to an extent, but that's mostly pop culture, not, like, overall culture, not every facet of culture.
Also,
And
another super
genetic
chat.
makeup, what do you think they're doing? Do you think they're trying to
Are they doing
genetically
eugenics?
docile human? Yeah, genetically docile humans who are just gonna buy everything? No.
That's
That's not how
what?
it works. You mean what? Food and snacks and water and all that? You mean they're putting drugs in the water to make the frogs gay?
I don't want them putting drugs in the water and making the frogs gay. I mean, genetic makeup, that sounds a little fascist, honestly.
Yeah.
We need a genetically pure society. Don't demonetize me, I just got monetized.
You know, the importation of foreign workers to destroy the ethnic makeup of nations and create a cultureless consumer nature. Okay,
No, the culture is not determined by your race.
it's not determined by your race, it's determined by the country and what the people in that country believe. Like, no.
You said you're ready for an invite?
Yeah. No, and create a cultureless consumer nation. We have an American culture still.
American culture is not based off of race. American culture
Here's the thing.
is
Dude,
based off of,
cultures around the world shift with time and perspective. Japan used to be very different like 200 years ago than it is now.
yeah.
And even 200 years past that, it used to be different. Culture is not a stagnant thing. That's what people assume about like empires, like or nations. Let's go broad. Nations, like the Romans. We all assume the stereotypical image of the Romans is big, bright marble cities, flourishing red flags, centurions, the works. But that's not always what they mean. They had a history and culture way different than that when they were a republic.
Yeah, when they were a republic and when they first started out, they started as a city for outcasts of other cities.
Culture is not an actual culture, it's a mix of random ones. What?
I'm talking about unique ones such as Japan, which you don't have culture.
Okay, hold on. Japan's culture is a mix of Western inspiration.
Dude, it's okay. Just calm down.
What happened is at a point they radically retooled their government with their own constitution, their own parliament, you know, yada yada. They went through the works of changing from a more imperialist nation to a more constitutional democratic nation. They took on Western cultural ideals at some point. They're not wholly unique.
You have to ask yourself, the main question in this discussion is, what makes culture? Okay? It is not race. Because if it was race, then Japanese people that were born and raised in the United States would follow Japanese culture. But obviously they don't. Japanese people that were born and raised in the United States, maybe sometimes second-generation immigrants, have American culture because they were raised in American culture. The thing that the thing that created American culture was the free market. It's the way of life that people get used to because of resources and well, basically resources and philosophy at the time. You hear about the new comedian named Hitler? Oh gosh.
Okay, Tanks, we're not saying that any culture or any people should be destroyed. I think if somebody is going to join a country's fold, as it were. They need to adapt whatever culture they're bringing.
Well, here's the thing.
Assimilation, in a way, they don't have to leave everything behind, but they need to assimilate in some fashion if they're going to keep up.
Here is the important thing, is that culture is... Yeah, culture doesn't need to be destroyed, but it doesn't need to... I'm reading this. Culture does not need to be preserved with government, because if you're talking about government preserving culture, then you're talking about government using force to preserve culture. And if your culture requires force in order to be preserved, your culture is trash.
Yes, people preserve culture, not government.
And also, Hannah says, play the game, stop talking, and we're working on it, Hannah, don't worry.
Each people are unique and inclusiveness is a destruction of people. Not necessarily. Inclusiveness is not equal destruction of culture.
Hannah says, you're too loud.
You can be inclusive, but still, like, adaptive. Like, America is, I would say, is pretty inclusive. But you can also adapt to, like, an American culture while still keeping the... America can ask you to adapt to it without telling you to completely give up your culture. It's like if somebody moved from Japan to live in America. They don't have to give up any of their Japanese culture necessarily. They just adapt the American culture while keeping some of their old values or practices, whatever. It doesn't matter. Inclusivity doesn't necessarily mean destruction.
Yeah. I don't want capitalists to encourage mindless consumerism. Okay, well, I mean, like Corn, embrace alt-centrism. I mean, okay, so corporations are not the ones encouraging consumerism. Consumerism did not exist in America from the founding, right? Even though America has always been a free market, or actually they're less so right now, but since our founding, since America's founding, we have been a pretty much free market, but we have not always been consumerist. So what changed? I'll tell you, it's government taxation of investment. Want government to prohibit photography, and others destructive ideas to take hold.
I hope you just misspelled something, because photography?
I don't think you...
Yeah.
Game 할 거야. 게임 할 거야. 그 로딩 중.
Like, and capitalists encouraging mindless. It's not great, it's disgusting. Kids in America having sex. Oh no! Kids discover their sexuality. It's almost like puberty is a thing. Like,
okay, look, listen, Tanks. And that's what I thought he meant. Listen, Tanks. I am a conservative when it comes to my personal life and how I view the world in a moral light. But as far as government goes, I'm a libertarian because I don't think that you should be put in prison for certain things. For example, I am very much against cannabis. I am very much against marijuana, but I don't think that you should be put in jail for doing it.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, kids at 15 aren't supposed to have sex. Wrong. Biology says otherwise.
Biology says that as soon as you go through puberty, you're ready.
Yeah, but that's why we discuss these things and we have laws and regulations around sexual contact, you know, especially around minors. Now, minors can't have consensual sex with other minors at that age, but
also Tanks India, you're going too far. Yeah. Sex should only be in a family unit, otherwise it can be used as a tool. We can't follow biology and create a perfect society. Biology says... Okay, so I agree with you that it should be used to create a family unit. But if somebody doesn't do that, should we just put them in prison and just create a society of watchdogs that just want to imprison other people, that's making your culture trash. That would make your culture trash if you just had the society of incarceration.
Yeah, thanks.
And here, if you have at least 1 kilogram of drugs which is illegal, you would get the death penalty. Yeah, so that I'm very much against that. Even though I think that it's stupid, it's a very bad idea to do any kind of drugs. I don't think you should be put in prison for it. I certainly don't think that the government should kill you if you do it.
Also, Tanks, I'm not saying that biology should have the end-all be-all rule. I'm saying that there's nuances to these discussions besides hard left, hard right. And I don't mean politics, I just mean different sides. There's no hard rules to any of this. You have to have the discussion. You have to get nuance. That's how a culture, a nation survives, is by not going extreme left, extreme right. You have to talk about.
This is why Matthew's a centrist.
Yes, free and open market, and free and open ideal discussions, and people sitting around discussing ideas, trying to get things put forward.
시끄럽네 다들. 게임 하라고. And listen, Anna, look. Do you see this percentage right here? This says 73%. When this reaches 100%, we can play. At least we could try to play.
Thanks. That sounds very conservative-minded. I want there to be no concept that sex will not be emphasized, generally not mentioned. That's silly. People should be able to talk. Okay, Tanks, you're taking it too far. You're going way too far and misconstruing my meaning.
Sexual assault is not biological.
Yeah, no.
And murder is not biological either. Murder is, I mean, depending on your worldview, in my view, murder is a spiritual issue.
Yeah, or a moral issue. It's not.
Humans are literally the least rapey of all animals. The fact that we are opposed to that is part of our biology. There you go. But Tanks Video says it is. People have impulses that we can suppress. I studied this. Yeah, you can suppress it. you can't, like, your body has your brain has a thing called intrusive thoughts. What that means is that your brain is testing certain situations, like running simulations in your head, in order to discourage you from doing bad things. For example, if you see a cliff, your brain's probably going to at some point imagine yourself jumping off that cliff. Does that mean you're going to do it? No. You have the ability to suppress it because your brain is simulating it to tell you that it's a bad idea.
Yeah, you have many, there are many like that. Like, you could jump off the cliff. You could sit on the edge of the cliff. You could get on your belly and crawl.
Okay, so let's change the subject. So Elong says, so finally America will intervene in the conflict in Venezuela. So, about that, they're not actually militarily intervening. What they're doing is, see, Cuba, I believe, is trying to intervene militarily, and they're saying that if Cuba doesn't go home, then they're going to do a complete and total embargo on Cuba. Also, Tanks of India, okay. Hold on. Every action you take is still up to you, but there are a million different factors that go into every decision you make. Even something as simple as what to have for dinner has a lot going into it. Yes, that's true. Tanks of India, no. People get mad at the United States nation building. That's literally the opposite of how an empire works.
Yeah.
That's literally setting your nation up and then letting it go is the opposite of how an empire works. Now, do I think we should do it? No. Does that mean we're imperialist? No, it means the opposite of imperialist. So,
yeah, if America was sending aid to Venezuela for the opposite party to, say, uproot Maduro, that's not imperialism. That's just...
It's not.
I would just say that's just doing them a favor. That's just like, hey, here's some aid so you can get your country back in order.
Yeah.
It's not helping America. Venezuela can't actively trade with them and all that. What do you think?
Venezuela's already not trading with them, so... Or stop intervening. Each people have the right to be left alone. Now, I do agree with that, but they're not imperialist.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's not imperialist, though.
I know, Hannah, we're at 98%. An empire would not leave large chunks of neighboring lands to be controlled by hostile governments. Yeah, there you go. I mean, Venezuela is hostile toward America right now with Maduro, and they're just leaving them. So
What happens with the wall in America and Mexico?
I
speculate it's never going to be built.
I think they're still trying to get funding for it. And there's also a corporation that's offering to do it for very cheap. And you can ready up, by the way. U.S. back coups in Latin American. Well, look, you're acting like I was in favor of that stuff. I'm not in favor of them intervening and being all involved in everything. But it's not an empire. That's literally the opposite of how an empire works.
Yeah.
We are building the wall because we don't want to have to take care of more people. Yeah, there you go. We're not like annexing the territory and trying to administrate it using American government.
Tanks, it's all okay. Tanks, in terms of the North Korea situation, my God, it's almost like we've looked into the actions they've been taking against their own citizens and said, that's horrific, that shouldn't be happening.
Did you try to ready up, by the way?
Yeah. Like, maybe a regime change would be welcome there. It's almost like the people aren't treated very well by their own ruling class.
Is it loading or something?
It's got the 0% my mind player thing, and it says catching up the host.
Okay. Hannah says Trulita. That means she's sleepy. Because we're not doing anything.
Tanks, you just pointed out, trying to destroy hostile regimes.
Yeah.
Or destroy hostile regimes or non-hostile if it doesn't fit their interests. Saddam was a U.S. tool until they attacked Kuwait. Any country that seeks to dominate.
Okay, but where's the disagreement there? Like, yeah, we disagree with that stuff. We don't want the U.S. to just randomly intervene in other countries, but
no one wants the U.S. to just take over other countries.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I get mad because China tries to exert rule over Tibet, and Tibet wants to be a free nation, and so does Taiwan. I hate that shit. Leave them alone.
Yeah, now that's imperialism. What China's doing is imperialism, because they actually have direct control over Tibet, and they want direct control over Taiwan. The United States does not want direct control over Venezuela, over Iraq, over Afghanistan. They do not want direct control. They're not trying to take over the territory. They're just trying to... They're trying to do something I disagree with, which is that they're trying to change the government. Which that needs to be done by the people of the nation, but sort of worked in Liberia, sort of. Oh, nation building worked in Japan and the Philippines.
You seem to be acting like referring to or acting like the U.S. is the only one who's been involved in this kind of thing too, and pointing fingers, and that's not.
Okay, hold on. So let's see if this works, because if this doesn't, we're gonna have to go back to 1.0.
Yeah.
Okay. I just unpaused. Oh gosh, it's crashing on October 20th every time.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, it just crashed. Lord.
Guys, there are issues with this hotfix.
Yeah, I guess we'll revert back.
Okay, 1.0.
Fine, you know what, to humor you, Tanks, I'll look up the definition of imperialism. Why not?
Yes.
Imperialism. Imperialism. A policy of extending a country's power or influence through diplomacy or military force. Okay. But can you prove, like...
How's the United States being imperialist? Iran was on the path to independence. They were at a critical point in their modernization, and reactionaries took over, and now it's a crap hole. Yeah, that's true, though. That's actually really true.
Okay, I guess I'll roll back to 1.0.
Yeah, I did that. Sulla. Imperator Rome got lots of bad ratings recently. Yeah, I don't think that it deserves the bad ratings, honestly. I'm enjoying the game. Wouldn't you agree, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Well, you know, now that we got our new playthrough, I'm definitely enjoying it much more.
Yeah, well, but that just means that it's more your play style. Like, it doesn't mean that when playing as a tribe, it's a bad game. It just means it's not your style.
Yeah.
Installing the Shah in the first place was a mistake, but we should have kept supporting him when the revolution began. We could have salvaged it. I don't know. I think they should have just been left to their own devices. Or also military deposed Saddam, a nation that didn't attack America. Okay.
Like,
I think Tanks of India is just trying to rile us up. I think that's all he's trying to do.
maybe because our ultimate point is tanks. We agree. Countries shouldn't really shouldn't intervene in each other's politics unless directly asked first.
Your checksum should be 112C.
Yeah, hold on.
America, with their partners such as Britain and France, always intervene in a conflict area. Not always, but many times they do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know when you're ready for an invite. Hopefully it loads faster this time.
Yeah. One second, too.
Okay. Iran was a third world nation, and Western oil investments were actually doing wonders for the foundation of their economy. Yeah, Iran really is a total crap hole right now.
I gotta listen for my food delivery at Maple Companies.
Okay. Where's the security cancel worked for safe in this work? I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, but... But Matthew, let me know when you're ready to join.
Yes, I know!
Oh, Matthew's at 51 pops. With the Shah's secret police crackdown, the 80 Profit is going to be the company that's doing wonders. Okay. Our involvement was making things better for everyone, but a few people were getting it better, and this led to resentment. A few people were getting it better, okay. And this led to resentment for the new ruling class. Yeah? True.
Imperator Rome.
And again, he's showing the same American ignorance. Thanks. Ignorance does not have a nationality.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, he's got a point.
Now we were only there to spread.
In the first place, to stop the spread of communism, and then we learned they had untapped oils. Yeah, so yeah, of course. I mean, if communism spread there, like if you look at like it's really hard to do this in the ancient world, but like if you look at there was a huge Soviet Union over here, stretching all the way down here. We don't want it to spread to Iran. We don't want it to spread to India, right? What if communism had spread to India? Would you like that? It's appalling how little the Americans are aware. Got the world, they see it through their own eyes. Well, you see the world through India's eyes, so, I mean...
Yeah, and everyone typically sees the world through their own nationality eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Sorry,
I love the game.
Sorry, I thought you said you were ready.
Not. I just game launched.
Iran was horrible indeed. The US-backed Shah was a popular revolution because the Iranians were being exploited. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's been nearly an hour and we cannot get into a game. I don't know why. I don't want to have to start a new game. You know what I'm actually going to do? No, I'm not going to do it. Not yet. I don't. The whole world sees it like me. The world doesn't see America, and the West is the good guys. The whole world sees it like you? Even the West? Even everybody in the West sees the West as the bad guys? Come on, man. Come on, pay attention to what you're saying. And not everybody in the East sees America as bad guys either. We were there to try to stop communism from spreading. As such, we had to be a bit more forceful than we were happy about, but we were genuinely trying to improve the place. Excluding half of the world, but actually more than half of the world, because there are countries in the East that like the United States, including the Indian government, we're allies, and including South Korea, including Japan, pro-US countries who need America for survival. So, are you saying that Japan and Korea should not exist? Because do you think that the United States should stop intervening, and you think they should not exist, and you should think all of Korea should be like North Korea, and like and Japan should be also? Yeah, I'm pretty sure India is our ally. Basically everyone but the old communist bloc. And even most of them are at least neutral towards us now. Yeah, exactly. Indians don't care. India is neutral. I'm pretty sure we're allies.
Well, I'll look this up myself.
Yes, but please be ready to join the game.
Who are India's allies? Russia, Israel, Afghanistan, France, Bhutan, Bangladesh, United States.
Yeah, United States is an ally, so... And if it is, it won't be for long. Dude, the second that India breaks its alliance with the United States, China's invading. Watch.
Like, no, they're not. Like, no, they're not tanks.
India was on the verge of war with Pakistan like a month ago. Exactly, and America's not going to back Pakistan. And as soon as... And one of the only things that keeps Pakistan from attacking India is the fact that the United States are behind them.
No, they aren't. How do you know? How do you know, tanks? When they see an open, vulnerable country, how do you know they won't just, even start diplomatically worming their way in?
Yeah.
You claim America does that all the time. Why wouldn't China?
Yeah, again, culture is not...
India has nukes in the fourth strongest army. Dude, China is over 1 billion strong population.
So is India. So is India. But China, I don't know, China plus North Korea plus Pakistan? Good luck, India. You need friends in this world. I'm sorry to say, but you cannot be in this world alone. Even the United States, we need our friends. Even though we're the strongest military in the world, if everybody was against us, we'd lose.
Yeah, also, I think Imperator is... Oh, wait, hold on. I think Imperator is having issues launching.
Oh my goodness. China could possibly beat the US. You don't have this? China could possibly beat the US. You don't have this. I think he's saying that you don't have this in the bag. That was like 50 years ago. A lot has changed. And the US backed Pakistan during the 60s Indo-Pakistan War. Okay, I don't know what that is right now, but...
Okay, and that's also probably was a very different regime than modern Pakistan.
Yeah,
that was in the 60s.
Yeah, 1960 was almost 60 years ago. So...
Yeah, also it's not launching.
It's not launching?
It's not launching.
Okay, hold on one second. So go back to 1.0.1 and just wait, because what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try loading our save game on a single player game and let it run for a while and save, so it's saved in 1.0.1, and then I'm gonna put it on a multiplayer. Okay. Didn't you still have the British Army on your side? Oh yeah, you may have.
Tanks. Everyone is ignorant to a point. Everybody. Stop with this anti-American BS you're spewing.
Yeah, it really is BS.
It's actually irritating. We're not the only country in the world ignorant, okay?
And plus, not the whole country is ignorant.
Not the whole country. Just like in India, you're not all ignorant. You're being ignorant right now by claiming as such.
You want to really irritate him? Not the whole country is ignorant. Just some people are ignorant. Just kind of like how some Indians support T-Series. How America doesn't suffer from its lack of understanding in the world. I hope America doesn't suffer from its lack of understanding in the world. Oh gosh, Stony Mick. Oh gosh. India doesn't need the U.S. to survive.
Okay, prove it.
I mean, I really hope that if India abandons the United States, I really hope that you're right in that. I really hope that you don't need us to survive. But you need allies.
I would hope so too. I would never wish for India's, like, I would never truly wish for a country's downfall. I wouldn't.
Unless it's...
Get better.
Okay, hold on. That's blatantly... Okay, now hold on. I have loaded the save game. I'm going to just let it go. And it's... Well, it went one extra day.
And then it crashed?
Yep. So...
Okay, so like 1.01 is just kind of buggy.
We've got one option, really.
Tanks. You're being ignorant.
We can restart. We can restart the campaign.
I don't want to restart the whole campaign.
I mean, the save game isn't working.
Yeah, but I don't want to do the whole campaign again. I just want to wait for them to get another hotfix out to fix our current issue. Like, I don't want to start the whole campaign over.
The only thing I can think of doing is, like, before I let it run for a while, I could look at the error log.
Yeah, that might help.
The only thing I can think of doing is, like, let's see.
Okay, Tank. Your past victories do not mean you are going to be capable of stopping everything in the future. That's like saying that because America fended off its overlords, we're going to be able to stop every single threat that ever comes our way. That's not necessarily true.
A war against a China that had just gone through like 5 civil wars. Exactly. China went through a bunch of civil wars. A lot of people died. Their army was very weak.
You don't know, almost know nothing and make ignorant assumptions that are not even realistic. Yeah, same with you. You make the assumption that India is going to fend off every single threat that comes its way ever.
I love it, Long. He's just like, and the British colonize everything they see.
I mean, they were wrong for no, not wrong.
Yeah, my error log says country.cpp 1143 invalid country definition, probably dynamic tag and no historical tag. That's what my thing says. The only thing that literally the only thing I can think of to do is to load it up and save it so it's at least a save game in 1.0.1 and then try to load it again. If it doesn't work, we don't have any options to.
Yeah, well, we can go ahead and try.
Because we know you won't actually use the nukes. But we know we can't handle everything alone, hence us having allies. Yes, we have allies.
Yes. China's most powerful weapon is money to lend everyone.
Oh, yeah, actually, yes. Dude, the most ambitious infrastructure project in the entire world is one by China that has been to heavily build up the infrastructure of several ports around the world that it actually makes countries closer to China. Closer to backing China. And also Tanks of India... That's not a nice comment to say. Look, stop crapping in the streets. That doesn't involve violence at all. And that was a joke. You don't joke about people dying. Come on now.
Stoney says the communist's greatest weapon is other people's money.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tanks, and
the No Silk Road project.
School shootings is attacking against America. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good, does it?
Yeah, except the difference is that people pooping in the streets does not involve violence against other people.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I want to save the game. 1.0.1. I'm saving the game. I'm going to exit to menu, and then I'm going to load it again. And I don't know if it'll run. What are you gonna do if it doesn't run?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess we could just play as different countries.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't. It crashed on October 21st again.
Uh,
I mean, I was really liking Tyrus and Olbia, but
yeah, I mean, we could probably get back to it if they release another hot patch. Because I'm pretty sure if we're having this problem, plenty of other people are going to be having this problem.
it could be. They might. I mean, it's not really guaranteed though.
Also, Sony Meg. Oof.
Um.
Sorry, that was invade India.
Oh gosh. Street crapping is an ignorant Western attack against India. It's utterly a lie, and I've never seen it in my life. It's a made-up lie from the liberal Western fake news. It's not a lie because it actually does happen.
All right, and you saying every American is a blatant lie from Indian media, from the Indian fake news. How about that?
In the past, American government ever think to invade Canada in case. That's true. There were some ideas. America in the past has had some very interesting backup plans, like just in case we have to invade some other place. So Matthew, we have a couple of options here for where to play. You said you don't really want to try Tyrus and Olbia starting over, so you want to play as different countries. So, yeah, yes, Alex, you're right. You're an Indian who lived in India for your entire life. And yes, school shootings do happen. Okay, well, I've never seen a school shooting.
No one is saying they never happen. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm just saying it's not okay to joke about it. It's not okay to joke about people dying. It's okay to joke about people crapping in the street. You know what? I joke about San Francisco people crapping in the streets because it happens. It happens all the time.
Okay, you've never seen it, Hanks. I've never seen a school shooting in progress.
Yeah.
So it's not real.
Just because you haven't seen something, that doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah. So, there. School shootings aren't real.
All right. All right, let's see. Open for multiplayer. You know, we could play in Greece. Do you want to play in Greece?
Well, invite me here so I can get a better.
Yeah, I just started up the game. All right. Invite to lobby. America was a peaceful country and neutral till Winston begged for help. Yes, Winston Churchill asked the United States for help. World War II, but we were the same way in World War I. We were very neutral, very isolationist until we were kind of forced to jump in World War I.
Yeah, in World War II, well, that was even more heavy-handed because the Japanese thought, the Japanese hired
Yeah.
was like, hey, attack America, we can cripple them right now, and it'll be easy. You know, like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, from what I know, Pearl Harbor was a failure because I think it's because they attacked the ships, but not, like, repair yards or whatever, so the ships were up and running again very quickly.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's what it was.
But still,
And it was just...
you don't attack America in any form and get away with it.
No.
Alright, so what are our different options here? Oh gosh. Well, we could play like different city-states. We could play like... Oh, you know what we could do? One of us could play Sparta and the other one could play Boeotia. Boeotia is one of the few fully independent Greek city-states. Or one of us could play in Crete, and the other one could play Sparta. I've already played in Crete, so... I don't know, why don't we do Boeotia? Sparta and Boeotia.
What you're saying we should do, boy.
Boy! Now, Boeotia is a republic. They're an oligarchic republic as opposed to a democratic republic. So, see, the democratic republics get military, civic, and oratory. Oligarchic get 1 civic and 2 oratory. So you're missing out on the military idea. Sparta is a stratocratic monarchy with 2 military and 1 oratory. There's also the option of, like I said, Horn of Africa nations, which would involve peaceful colonization. Yeah, the only problem is getting out of the desert, because that attrition is very painful in the beginning. They need a government map mode.
What? No.
Yeah, they really need a government map mode. I mean, I'm okay with playing as a tribe, but I know you would not be okay with that.
Made my mind.
We could play as, like, Byzantium and Bithynia. That might be a little difficult with bordering Phrygia.
I mean, it's usually not even Phrygia who becomes the conqueror. It's usually Thrace. Like, I've noticed that. It seems to be Thrace is more interested in conquering you than Phrygia.
Well, do you want to try it?
Let's see. If anything, Horn of Africa. Trying to get her, move her way out.
I will say, Horn of Africa is going to be very slow.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, like, literally nothing to do until you reach 10 pops. Just sitting there on 4 or 5 speed.
Okay.
For 25 years.
Tank says, America was never peaceful. It's always at war. Okay.
It has been in a lot of wars. There actually has been very, very little time spent at peace. But I don't know. Actually, the more I think about Horn of Africa run, dude, we're not going to be able to run at 5 speed. It's just going to take several hours for us to be able to even colonize a single city. I'd say it's probably not a good idea, but
okay.
There are Italic tribes. We could like play as 2 different Italic tribes and try to take on Rome. I kind of like the idea of Byzantium and Bithynia because, again, as you said, Phrygia doesn't always conquer. They,
typically, what I see is it seems to be Thrace is more interested in conquering you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could, like, improve relations and stuff. And, like, try to get them on your side.
True.
And the Western media manipulates data to push a Browman's world narrative? Browman's world?
Probably Brown Man.
Oh, Brown Man's world? Anyways, I'm looking forwards to the future. Wait, the Western media manipulates data to push Brown... What is the advantage of that? What is the advantage of trying to turn Americans against Indians? What is the advantage?
Yeah,
Why would they do that?
I don't really get it.
It makes 0 sense.
Nick says, remove kebab. Let's go, Nick.
Remove kebab. Oh, there's also Armenia. One of us could play as Armenia.
Negative news generated money. Any news generates money.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other kinds of negative news. Dude, in case you haven't noticed, America has a lot of crap going on in it.
Positive news generates money, like Avengers Endgame getting over 1.2 billion domestic, like worldwide.
Yeah,
That's
but negative.
It
is a fact that negative news does generate more money.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying all news generates money. That's what I mean.
It's also more complex. Armenia. You see any Turks? Oh gosh. Yeah, the funny thing about like Steven Crowder is like Steven Crowder instead of referring to him as the Young Turks, he calls them Armenian genocide deniers.
Boy. Let's see. game.
I don't know. It could be challenging, but not without avenues for conquest.
Call them the young turds.
The young turds, nice. Well, but if you start as Bithynia, I would have to ask you to let me take Calcadon because you start with 65 population and I start with 21, so...
Where's... Oh, Calcadon. Yeah.
Okay. That would just bring me up to 36.
Oh, an aristocratic monarchy.
Yeah, so you get to play as a monarchy, which is not as difficult. I think it's not as difficult as a republic. Depends on how you view pretenders and all that stuff, but it's usually as long as you keep your legitimacy high, it's not a problem. For some reason, these Westerners have a thing for Indian slums of all places they can go to. India was basically tribal when the Brits showed up. Oh gosh, let's make Iron Man live again.
Should I show the message?
Offensive. Yeah, you could show it. All right. Well, what do you think? Bithynia and Byzantium?
Let's see what we can make of it.
Okay, and you can expand into Heraclea Pontica because they are fully independent.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see what kind of allies we can make.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Start. Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great.
Oh gosh. Are you cool if I just like unpause the game and just let it run at 1 speed for a while just to make sure it doesn't crash?
Sure.
Alright, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Good. It's not crashing. I'm gonna be really safe and just go with the Discipline Omen.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just scared. Alright, commerce income, tax income. Well, I need to make a trade route first. I actually have 2 trade routes that I can do. Well, I can do iron. I can import horses. And I will.
Elong says, British said just wanted to trade in India, but they too confused and started to colonize. Ooh. Oh, and a Calcadon invites me to run defensively. No.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not sure what I should train in, by the way.
I'm trading in horses, and I'm also gonna get precious metals.
Yeah.
Wait, should I get precious metals? Maybe I should get something. Maybe I should do cloth, because cloth increases my tax.
Ooh, I can train in iron.
Yes, iron would give you access to heavy infantry. I'm trading in horses for light cavalry.
Oh, never mind. I can't. Never mind.
Oh. Precious. I really kind of want to go. There's also glass for commerce income.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna do glass also.
Oh, and I can trade with Phrygia.
Yeah, well, if you're trading with Phrygia, that does decrease the likelihood that they will attack you, so. And it says that they're in a mercantile... They're in an appeasing stance. Interesting. Don't forget your national ideas. I start with 2 civic.
An alliance from Heraclea Pontica.
How about no? I do have a certain number of slaves, so probably slave output would be good. India has a rich history. You have a river of... Oh, gosh! Tony Mick! That's pretty funny.
What should I take? What do you think I should take? Military administration or hospitality? Think of the general and admiral.
Which...
It's oratory ideas.
Oh. I like the sanctioned privileges, honestly. Because corruption, that's a modifier for every single character in your country.
Oh, I already took that one. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Then the general and general legacy. That's maybe what I would take, but I don't know if that's the best one.
Right.
All right. So let's see here. I want to declare war on Calcadon. I also have to choose an invention. Oh, and I also have to choose a trade route. Oh, I have 3 trade routes. Because apparently I'm encouraging trade. What should I trade in? Stone? I could do stone. Not a bad idea. I'm a stoner!
I'm a stoner, Michael.
Westerners are pure idiots. Death to the West. Bye. Oh my gosh!
Okay, later, tanks.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
He got mad.
Okay, that was bad.
Tanks of India is mad. India and Pakistan have conflict. Basically, it's because of the British. Is it because of the British? I don't know. I think it may be more religious differences.
I do wish I could trade an iron. It's trading Sony makes says move curry. Ooh. Like you don't see a long getting this salty. Jeez.
I know. It's like Along is just playing along. I love the contributions that Along makes to the chat. He's very insightful comments. I like it.
Correct me if I'm incorrect, because I could be assuming you're Indian when you're not Indian.
He's not Indian. I believe he's from Malaysia.
Okay. So sorry if I assume.
You didn't assume. You just asked.
Oh.
Alright, let's see. I have all 5 archers, so I'm going to actually remove a couple of archers here. Actually, just remove 1. And then I'm going to get some cavalry. I cannot get horse archers. Heavy cavalry would be amazing. Because that's 50% extra damage versus archers. But I'll have to go with light cavalry because I can't afford 4. Yeah, let's go with 4. The Muslims and Hindus have hated each other for time immemorial. Well, I mean, not for time immemorial. It's probably since the beginning of Islam. That's British left India after the catastrophe after World War II. Yeah, and well, honestly, the British did not belong in India. Honestly, they needed to get out because it's not their country. They need to just let the Indians govern their own country.
Yeah. It was that way with a lot of countries. The British Empire was going around snatching up stuff, but you know.
Yeah. Now, how would you feel about the Roman Empire? Did Rome need to get out of Gaul? Quit Gaul.
Not necessarily.
Now, Thrace has a plus 30 opinion of me.
Oh my god, I can. Oh yeah, I can't. Damn. I can't offer an alliance to Phrygia because they're a major power and I'm a local power. Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be great though. I'd be like, oh shit!
Yeah, that's.
Because they couldn't get along.
Yeah, that's right. The reason Pakistan exists is they need to make a state for the Muslims. And now the Muslims in India are demanding their own nation again. That's how it works usually. People just always want their own nation. I'm sure the Oklahomans want their own nation.
I should probably also move my citizens to my capital.
Probably a good idea.
Oh my god, you up 152% in my other provinces, 175% in my capital.
Yes.
Ooh, baby. I'll move them when I feel like I don't lose a shit ton of points. So there's some dang pirates.
Yes, and for some reason I still cannot. Oh yes, it says, That pirate fleet is blocking my army so that I cannot cross the strait. Alright, that means that I need to stop trading in glass, and I need to start trading wood. Wood!
Oh, my bad. Seems cautious as a trade. Okay.
Alright. Well, it was their country at that point. Sure, they weren't natives, but they owned that land fair and square. Yes, because of that, British have a good idea. Man, split the British Raj to Pakistan for the Muslims and India for the Hindus. Yes. Getting back to my point, remove kebab. There is no kebab in this time, or at this point. I lack money. Yes, I'm trying to build a fleet.
My 52-year-old leader has a 18-year-old wife.
Not bad. Not doing so bad for himself. Oh, my current ruler's in the military faction, and the military faction sucks right now because he's 6208 and has 0 seats in the Senate. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, the next faction is the religious faction, and that's not too bad. He's at 2288. Bad Sheep says salt. Is that salt? I can't see. Should Texas become independent? Probably not. They think they could do well, but they probably wouldn't. They could probably invade Mexico and win. I don't know. I mean, I guess if they wanted some more autonomy, they could probably manage with some more autonomy. But fully independent, I doubt it. And then we can reintegrate them without losing any admin power. Well, now you're thinking. Oh, you know what we could do, dude? If I call you into a war, instead of me having to build up an entire fleet to destroy these pirates, if I
can kill.
Yeah, you can kill them.
So hold on, let me get into place, and then let me set a commander, and I'll go right on in there and go until he's dead.
But I have to get my Senate to approve it. Right now, my Senate only backs it by 35 seats.
I am the Senate.
I am also the Senate.
I am the M.
Okay, Alright, check something. Okay, and it's not Mexico anymore, but the Greater Texas. There you go, dude. I love the way along things. He's just such a good addition to this stream.
Greater Texas.
Yeah. The Greater Texan Reich! Oh. Didn't want to go there.
I don't think I was going there, young man.
I have to have enough oratory power. I have enough oral power!
Oral power!
Perhaps I want to try and get, like... Yeah, enshrine aristocracy. Lose 3 stability, but I get 2 military ideas and 1 oral idea.
I'm gonna have to watch out for I think I'll have to watch out for Heraclea Pontica because they're at war with Paphlagonia.
Paphlagonia.
Yeah, and they might take some land in this war soon.
Who declared this war?
Let's see.
Paphlagonia and Heraclea Pontica. No, Paphlagonia might take some war. That's what you'd have to worry about.
Oh.
Let's just hope that Heraclea Pontica is the one that wins. Wow, dude,
He says hello, infidels.
He's back. Dude, Heraclea Pontica's ruler, look at their ruler. She looks so scared. She's like, you're invading.
Like, oh, shit, they're invading off there.
can't believe he's like, Westerners are pure idiots. Death to the West. Bye.
Should I release Somaliland?
Should I release Somaliland? I don't know if you want to. Alright, I get a new invention. I don't know, I'm thinking right now I really need money, so I'm gonna go with national tax. Now, I really would like to... I really would like to destroy this pirate fleet, but I only have 4 ships, and I can only afford 4, so... I think I'm just gonna ram my ships toward that. Oh, look at that! Somebody else is fighting them! I'm joining in. The Olympics.
I'm gonna send my 9-0 anal. These pirates come. But keep.
Release the funds. Oh, I would gain popularity. Popularity is important. Yes! The pirates are gone!
Pirates of the Caribbean!
Now I can actually go into your territory.
Oh my, oh! Also, we have really high supply limit.
Yes, well, that's because this is a populous area. And it's also coastal. And also you have vegetables. And also it's civilized. Civilization increases supply limit.
Also, should I really have tribesmen and all? Feels like...
Are they unhappy?
Yeah, unhappy tribesmen. The base happiness of tribesmen is 100%.
They seem to be happier than freemen, but they give less manpower than freemen, but they do give some money, so...
Heraclean Ponticus still trying for an alliance.
Yeah, we lost the Olympics, but...
Oh,
And also,
yeah,
Tanks of India says, I'm gonna block and ignore Stony. Well, that's your right.
Oh, and I got a free market.
Free market!
I'm brave to famous.
Alright, fabricate a claim on Bithynia. Bithynia Inferior.
Right, if you want, I can be the primary attacker. Like, you don't even have to jump on that battlefield. I'll take it.
Well, actually, I have light cavalry, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, okay. By the way, can we, as a monarchy, can I still do the thing that's like reward veterans?
Yes,
Sure,
yes, you can.
Okay. Okay. You guys are right.
Says,
what?
I missed a lot. Hold on. Oh, apparently I'm gonna get a package today.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe I should attack Astakos, and then I saw their overlord, and I said, you know, that's probably not the best idea.
Wait, which?
I am no. Phrygia.
Oh, you. Oh, yeah, that's city-state. Yeah, you gotta be careful. They have so many.
And I saw Chios, and I am also like, nope, that's not an option. So yeah, Heraclean Pontica right now is my only option. And they're allied with Sinop. Which I'm not really worried about. Because they're 2 cities.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty sizable population. Even that.
I'm gonna delete this account, and I somehow hate the West more now, but...
Okay, later.
This is a very hateful comment. Also, independent Texas is a bad idea. Would tip the favor too far in favor of the Democrats. Yeah, you got a point there, Kaiser, right?
Count it on what net defensively.
Oh, I almost feel bad for them. Almost.
You should hold off because they're building a marketplace. You could take that marketplace for yourself once they're building. Or they're building another. You'll have 2 marketplaces.
Oh, wow. Do they have 3 building slots? That's right, because they have over 10 pops.
Yeah, hold off. That could be yours. Easy.
That's true.
Glad I actually saw that. I'm like... damn. If I was a higher thing of power, I could actually offer an alliance to Thrace. And he'd probably accept.
Yes, I know. That's the same thing with me, but they're a regional power. We're just local. We're just local powers.
Oh, hey, look at that! Tyrus allied with Olbia in this one, too.
Oh, nice. Well, it makes sense. They're both the same culture, and, like, so.
Because they were fighting each other in one of the other games.
Oh, yeah, sometimes they do fight each other, but it just makes sense for them to ally. Makes more sense for them to ally than for them to fight each other.
Ilong says maybe India just missed their lord, the British.
Wait, maybe India just missed. Oh gosh.
And also, Sonny Mix says, so I saw Endgame, Thor did 9/11. Oh.
All right, I'm trying to see Endgame tomorrow, so.
I saw it too. Storm, Michael. Also, yeah, Heraclea Attica is completely sieged. So if Paphlagonia takes that land, I might be in a spot of trouble. Because they're also allied with another sizable nation, Pontus.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, they took it all.
Yeah, so that's what we got to worry about here, because Paphlagonia has 22 cohorts, and is making 4 ducats a month, and has 14,000 manpower, which they're gaining 104 per month. See, I have 12,000, but I'm only getting 48 per month, so.
I'm getting 57.
Alright, I can now fabricate a claim on Calcadon. Boom. Senate still is not behind me when it comes to declaring war.
What they don't understand.
Yes, I am the Senate. I really wish they would. I really wish they would
Like,
back me on
yes,
this.
Like the Senate, you can stop saying it now.
Yeah. Yeah, people give us crap for losing to rice farmers, but they lost an entire continent to a guy who wouldn't eat. Oh my goodness.